Well, we didn't beat Gorgo as badly as we planned, and we've been beaten both to the pyramids and to our chosen religion. But the war ended in a stalemate, and we're on the cusp of a heroic age that could see us taking more than just one of Gorgo's cities in peacetime. Maybe, if we're lucky. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6. So good to be saying that again in our In Denial series. So we are exploring, to the best of our ability, with our Marianu Chariot Archer. And we are also, I suppose... yeah, we can use this missionary to do a little bit of scouting as well. We have a trader that is almost done building. And, we've been building the trader to support Swinet, but the likelihood is overwhelming that the trader will, in fact, support the new city we are about to build. We also have a scout that we are slowly moving in the direction of unexplored territory. One of the very interesting aspects of this particular series is that we have not done a lot of scouting. Yes, we've discovered a lot of territory. You can look around and see plenty of land to be taken, but we have only found one goody hut. We've met one civilization, and we've met how many city-states? 3? One of which we met because of a war declaration when they briefly became, well, looks like they're actually subject to Gorgo's rule once again. But yeah, we're kind of in a, I feel like, closed-in section of the world. Thankfully, though, we have a lot of this space to expand into, and I see some additional rare resources like tobacco up to the north. I see lots of bonus resources that can help my cities grow and prosper, so I don't feel trapped, but technically we might be kind of trapped. We might be looking only at Gorgo here as our kind of neighbor. I feel like we might be on a peninsula on like the north part of a continent, so to speak. All right, governor established in Akhetaten. Good. So that's, of course, Pingala, who is going to promote both our science and culture output. We've managed to catch up culturally somewhat to Gorgo, but scientifically she is kicking butt. What I'm really hoping for, we're going to have our countdown any moment now to the next stage.
By the stars, not by the lights of every passing ship.
I haven't said this in a long time, so I'm just going to say it again. Forgive me for mining nostalgia like this, but one does not simply interrupt Sean Bean. We can all agree. So, we're very close to the dawn of the next age. I think the countdown's probably going to start in a turn or two. Of course, it's always somewhat randomized, but it's down to 10 to 15, which means any turn now. Let's see what else we can do. Swordsman, probably a good idea to go ahead and have that ready, but also I'm going to go ahead and go for shipbuilding first because we have our coastal city and might be able to benefit from that. Let's see what we can do elsewhere with that. Or let's see what we can do otherwise, is what I meant to say, with Rikadit or Rockadet. We've already got our religion. Technically, we would benefit from a granary at this point, but I also think that... All right, so if I went for an ancestral hall, new cities would receive a free builder. This is something that would help me make up for the fact that we spent the first age and a half of the game in a war with Gorgo. Warlord's Throne would provide additional production, but wouldn't necessarily... We have to, in order to trigger that, we have to be doing a lot of fighting, and we might not necessarily want to fight Gorgo for the entire game. So I'm already kind of leaning towards Ancestral Hall, and of course Audience Chamber, +2 amenities, and +4 housing in cities with governors, -2 loyalty in cities without governors. So let's go for the Ancestral Hall. I love the idea of new cities getting a free builder, and for settlers coming out of Rockadet being nice and free, or fast. They will be free once we can upgrade Magnus one more time, as we saw last episode. But not just yet. All right, let's see what else we can do. Finally, we find another goody hut. That's fantastic. I'm genuinely so happy about that. One of my favorite things about the game, and maybe all of us, is, spending, the opening turns discovering the tribal huts and seeing what kinds of random bonuses, sometimes very good combinations of bonuses, you might be able to get. And we were robbed of that this game, and it made me sad. All right, so this city's going to struggle for sure, especially at first. Unit has earned experience. Okay, I'll take it. And this confirms we're pretty much on a peninsula locked in by Sparta. So I'm glad I went for that coastal tech. If we own 2 galleys, we need to build a second galley. Can I potentially build one? Ooh, it's going to take 24 turns. Never mind. Never mind. We could... I suppose the best thing to do in Swinet, given how much it needs to grow... Man. I don't have enough to buy anything here. I would like to buy another builder at some point. All of these districts would take way too long at the moment. No real wonders to speak of that would be useful. I'm just going to go ahead and start sinking some turns into a builder. If I went for production, it would be done in 12 turns, but the thing is, in 5 turns, the population will drop, so we can't do that. That's unfortunate. What else can we do? All right, so we can have Swinet use this trader for the moment, although I really... It's going to be 5 turns. And how long will this trade route last? 14 turns if I... Or 18 turns if I do Raw Cadet. This is tough. Because I want Swinet to grow. And this would help the builder get there faster, but I also want another trade route. So what I'm going to... It's a little bit of a roll of the dice. Because part of me wants to save this trader for when we settle this city so that the new city can grow as rapidly as possible. We're going to need to pull off some tricks in order to make sure that city isn't lost to the influence of these nearby cities. The fact that we are already influencing Sparta religiously is good. I would imagine in order to do really well this game, we're probably going to have to come back and conquer Gorgo. We're going to have a war of retribution, not in the game sense where she breaks a promise to us. Maybe we will, but we're just going to have to get her back for what she did in the beginning there. Because having those additional cities that she currently controls, Stonehenge has been built, is going to be vital to our success, I think. All right, let's see if she is at all warming up. Not really.
The sea seemed to roll back upon itself, and to be driven from its banks by the convulsive motion of the earth. It is certain at least the shore was considerably enlarged, and several sea animals were left upon it. On the other side, a black and dreadful cloud, broken with rapid, zigzag flashes, revealed behind it variously shaped masses of flame.
God. That's a real description of the eruption of Vesuvius at Pompeii. That is... Oh. It gives you chills. Alright, so what you doing? Are you coming to wreck my day, Gorgo? Is that what's happening? Are you going to position a unit right where my unit needs to be? Is that how this is going to go? I'll tell you what. I'm going to send some units down your way. Now that they're all healed up. Let me also look around with this galley a bit. I haven't been doing... Aha! Another goodie hut. Can't do anything with that at the moment, but we know where another one is. Okay, good. She moved. I was worried about that. Are we not counting down yet? Wow. Okay, so this countdown is really taking a good long while. Okay, she does have a horseman there now. This is my shocked face. Can you see it? Can you see how shocked I am? I know, you can't, but at the same time you can, right? You understand. So, Gorgo is messing with me. surprising literally no one. All right. So yeah, no other notifications aside from that. We can go ahead and convert Ephesus. Your progress towards Reformed Church has advanced considerably. So now both of these cities belong to our religion, which will weaken their loyalty pressure on our city. And when we are starting to put loyalty pressure on them, there's a chance that we will be able, especially if she's in a dark age this coming age. If she's in a dark age, she's going to be in trouble. And I'm really hoping for that because we killed a lot of her units when she attempted to attack. Now she has a number of cities and we're playing on king difficulty. So the likelihood she's in a dark age, given that she already has iron and seems to be doing pretty well, I don't know. I'm not super optimistic that's going to happen. But if it did, I would be a very, very happy Hadrian.
Time for recreation, or sooner or later to find time for illness.
And the reason I would be a happy Hadrian, the reason, hang on, let me see if there's anything worth looking at here. Not really. Is that you get increasing amounts of loyalty pressure on neighboring cities, neighboring civilizations, based on the difference in like the level of age. So if you're in a normal age and they're in a dark age, you will exert more loyalty pressure on their cities relative to what you would normally. You might exert enough loyalty pressure, on an equal footing. So you could be in a normal age with one civilization, and then the civilization next to you could be in a normal age. But if you had a big enough city and their city was close enough, you could potentially exert enough pressure to make that city revolt when you were on the same level. But if they're in a dark age, you'll have an easier time with that. If you're in a golden age and they're in a dark age, that's 2 leaps. That's double the bonus. If you're in a heroic age and they're in a dark age, you starting to pick up what I'm putting down? It's going to be interesting. I am excited to see what sort of age she ends up in. Defensive tactics. I want to go for this probably just for the governor title, and also because this will give us a policy which will help us build defensive buildings faster. We're going to need walls in a lot of our cities. So we can go ahead and get started on that. At least this time, if she decides to be a shenanigan again, I've got some spearmen that will hopefully head off her cavalry. All right, let's go ahead and bring the Marianu Chariot Archer back. There's no sense really doing much else. I think it might be due to Sucratax's Embarkation Plus that our scout was just able to embark, which, hey, I like it. Appreciate it, Sucratax. And there's our countdown, by the way. So we are now officially... All right, this is going to be rough. We are going to plant a city right between 2 of her cities with 4 population and not far from Sparta. So this is going to be a challenge to keep this city in our territory, but I'm going to do my best. We can start by having a governor, which we will have a governor title before long. I'm tempted to give that to Magnus so that we can train more settlers, as discussed, but I might use it to train a governor to put in this new city. If you don't know why that is, by the way, it's so that we can have the additional loyalty benefits that are conferred by an established governor. Even when a governor is not being established, even if a governor is not established, they're still taking their 3 to 5 turns, depending on the governor that you're talking about, to establish themselves. The presence of a governor in the city, whether fully established or not, will help with the loyalty of the city. All right, so the statue of Zeus has been built. We have not built a single wonder. Gorgo has thoroughly distracted us this game, so we're going to more or less need to conquer a lot. Okay. It's like, what do I do? Do I Do I wait with this settler? Let me wait 1 turn, because it's going to be 2 turns before we get this governor title. So I'm going to wait 1 turn, just 1. And of course, having a unit stationed in the city will also help with the loyalty. Okay, she's not going to like that unit on her borders. Yeah, her science is off the charts. The fact that I'm a little bit salty about the fact that she was able to build up that much of a science advantage over me while also putting so much pressure on me with that initial war. That's crazy. I love that we have this encampment district here, by the way. We were originally going to try and go for these horses with Akhetaten, but now we can just make them a resource that is, you know, part of this city. Also, another reason to wait a turn is that in 1 turn the Ancestral Hall will be done, and so we'll get a free builder in this city, which will help, of course, everything go a little bit faster. Ah, she was going to try it. You snooze, you lose, Gorgo. All right. The inspirational sight of Mount Vesuvius fills the citizens of our new city of Shadet with joy. Now, of course, it is showing a lot of loyalty pressure, so what are we looking at here? It's a current rebellion in 5 turns. All right, so now we have rebellion still in 5, but we got our free builder. And what I'm going to do is set the city to grow and see if we can get it to move a little bit faster. I'm kind of wishing... All right, we do have the ability to appoint a governor. So let's go ahead and appoint Victor the Castellan in Shadet. All right, so now we have rebellion in 8 turns. Now it's going to grow in 6 turns. I really, really, really hope that we can do a little bit more, because otherwise we might lose that city. But that was the risk that I was willing to take. Tell you what, now that we have Rakadet in place, again, once in 8 turns, the arrow will change. So it might only be this dicey for the next few moments. We'll have to kind of see how it balances out. It's going to be close, but it could turn around and be rather amusing. All right, so at this point, I kind of just want to train a settler in Rakadet, but I also feel like the benefits of an additional builder are rather obvious. Also ancient walls. Also a granary. Let's go ahead and do the granary just so it grows a little faster, because that city is going to be cranking out a lot of settlers. We'll get to a point where the settlers won't reduce the population count, but still, I want it to be growing faster than it's currently growing. This is going to be close. All right, now one thing we can do... Ooh, I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner. Let's train a missionary in Rakadet and see if we can get them down to Shadet, because that will help with loyalty. I don't know if we'll get them down there fast enough, but it will help. Let's see. Akhetaten does need more housing, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I want them to build the granary. Now, we're not going to be able to build the monument. That's another thing that will help with loyalty. We, of course, can't build a trader because we don't have the capacity for another trader yet. So, really the only sensible choice is to order a monument and hope that the city can remain loyal through one means or another. What I'm kind of hoping is when the second population arrives, it will stave off the rebellion long enough to let the monument finish building, And then the age transition will happen, and Shadette will no longer be in danger of imminent rebellion. The problem is that the closer the city becomes to fully rebelling, the more everything slows down. So this is... I know I've been talking about how awesome this would be, maybe not talking enough about how close it would be. But we'll see what we can do. I'm going to put a farm there, and that should help a little bit. I can also... Ooh, I can chop down that rainforest, can't I? If I'm not mistaken. Hang on. Let me verify. Yeah, I can chop that rainforest. So that would actually do it, I think. Alright, I'm going to put that archer in place there. Let's now move this galley this direction. City of Awe. Aggressive city placement. We actually got some era score for that aggressive city placement. I love it. Oh man, this is intense.
Invincibility lies in the defense. The possibility of victory in the attack.
Oh, it's probably a coastal pillaging. Yeah, it's that fisherman up there. I was like, who pillaged it? Okay, so now we have the Reconquest War, we have the Protectorate War, Casus Belli, we have the ability to build the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, and we have limes, which is a pretty big deal. Hang on. Can I potentially, though... Yeah, I don't have the slots to change away from anything else that I'm using. I think I might go ahead and switch away from this bonus that I have towards units and go ahead and institute the limes policy, because to the extent that I can get walls built in any of my cities, I would like to go ahead and do that. Okay. Yeah. Rebellion still in 8 turns is what it's saying. So that's good that the math has changed somewhat. Okay. Now we can go ahead and give Magnus his promotion so that settlers trained do not consume a population. I want to be careful with this scout, because if there's a barbarian unit like this one floating around, that scout's still extremely vulnerable. All right, let's get this. Oh, it's just going to take 2 turns. That's beautiful. Okay, that'll help. It will genuinely help. I feel a little better now. Not gonna lie, when I saw like the governor change and you know even the building of the pasture here and the initial steps that I took to ensure that this city would remain loyal, when I saw the fist still glowing over the city, it's just the sweat started forming on my forehead. Gorgo is not happy with me. We, however, have a more powerful military than Gorgo right now. I would just like to point that out. Boom. Now we're 2 turns away from having the monument done. And we have 2 tiles with which to build either a sphinx or a farm. And I'll probably build a farm on both. You get 1 guess why. You get 1 guess. I'm going to go ahead and put this unit here just in case Gorgo decides to get spicy right now. I'm a little bit nervous about the river, but it's worth the risk. Let's keep scouting with that galley. We have 1 granary, or 1 turn away from this granary in Rockadet, 3 turns away from the granary in Akhenaten, 4 turns away from the builder in Swinet. So that feels like it got here faster than I thought. Lots of amenities needed, I know. Okay. So now the rebellion is in 7 turns. Victor will be fully assigned in 1 turn. The city has grown to a population of 2, and the monument will be done in 2 turns. So we're moving... Oh, hi! You built the pyramids, didn't you? It was you, wasn't it, a Monitor? I'm sorry, yes, I am interrupting you. It was you. It was you, Nubia, wasn't it? Would you like to visit it? Would you like to sample our hospitality at our nearby city?
I cannot imagine any condition which would cause a ship to founder. Modern shipbuilding has gone beyond that.
The captain of the Titanic. Less true words were never spoken. Let's see. Colossus, Quadrireme, and all land units can embark, but we've been enjoying that ability already thanks to a mod, at least with certain units, I believe. Governor Victor is now established in Shadet. Met new civilization, and we have met a Monitor. So she's not... Yeah, we're really behind in science. This is a problem. We're going to have to take cities to catch up at this point. And, of course, taking cities, I'm really counting on the fact that Gorgo might be in a dark age very shortly. So what would be the smart move here? Let me go ahead and say... I'm going to go for ironworking so that we can build, potentially, Jebel Barkal out in Swinet. That would be a nice win. And I do want to go for these ancient walls in Rockadet before any more time passes. Rebellion in 13 turns now, but it's shaping up. I think this city is going to start to grow a little bit faster now and will be in better shape. So I'm going to put... Let's do a farm there. Now the city's going to grow in 3 turns. Looks like we're okay. Maybe. It's been such a tense episode just watching that fist glowing over the city. For a second, I thought it was gone. Oh my god, I was about to get so excited. All right, I'm just going to keep this missionary in Shadet for now. Now, I could use him a second time, couldn't I? I could, actually. Just to further strengthen that religion's hold on this city. That's so funny. She was going to go for that spot. She had a settler out and in this jungle tile. She was so going for it. And Gorgo is spicy this game. All right, so what she's going to do instead is try and get a city over here. And I would love to beat her to it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Aspire to be a worthier example to the rest of the world. Your people will love you if you lead them to glory. Well, give me 5 turns, a Monitor. Classical era ends in 4 turns. All right, this rebellion's going to happen in 15, but when we have 3 population, I think it's going to start to look a little bit better. Okay, so it might have been a Monitor because we have a Nubian missionary here that is going to try to convert my city, which is hilarious. So I might need to use my missionary's last charge to protect the religious integrity of Shadet. But if she took Pesajet, then she probably took the pyramids too. Let's see if I can find the pyramids. I mean, I doubt it. Yeah, because we haven't explored far enough to see her territory. I don't know why I'm doing that, but we'll probably find it in her territory. That would be my guess. That is where my money is. Okay, campus. We need a campus yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and... see, this is... okay. I'm going to go here, because this way I don't have to spend gold, and that way I have gold to spend on other things that might be more important than the campus. It's hard to imagine anything more important than the campus, but if I can build a campus without spending gold, given how much science I have to make up, then I'm going to do that. Let's keep that missionary just in Shadet for the moment. We are 4 turns away from this, and I'm going to play through those 4 turns before the end of this episode. I want to see how the loyalty situation changes. Let's go ahead and clear this too, by the way. I want to see how the loyalty situation changes when we change ages. All right, so they're firing on the galley, which might actually give the galley a promotion. It did. Thanks, guys. Your knowledge of engineering has advanced considerably.
Only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun.
Okay. All right, I don't need to do anything else with that, but I can get additional movement or additional combat strength versus naval units. That's tough. This is always one that kind of freezes me up. Like, which do I really want more? Because I'm using this unit to scout right now, but if it runs into trouble, I would love the ability to actually fight a little bit harder. Yeah, let's go ahead and give it better combat strength. And Yep, military training. Not even going to look at the policies, just looking at the name of the civic. Like, yeah, I need military training. We need more preparation. Please and thanks. Let's get that done, you know? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and train a settler in Rockadet. It's going to take 3 turns. I'm going to also... Ooh, I'm tempted to train one in Akhenaten as well. But I want to go ahead and build ancient walls in Akhenaten first. We have 2 more envoys. Interesting. Interesting. So I could take one of Gorgo's city-states from her, but I could also move towards having 3 envoys in Bandar Brunei. I love Ungazar Gamu's bonus, though. Land combat or support units are 20% cheaper to purchase with gold for each encampment district building in that city. That gold income, too, though. Like, 2 gold in the capital. Yeah, I've got to go there first. I have to. Like, I love both of those. You know what? Here's what I'll do. Let's split it. Why not? I've got 2 envoys. Let's split it. I don't even feel bad about it. All right, so I don't think Nubia actually did anything there. Rebellion in 14 turns, but the city's about to grow again. So I would guess that as of the next turn, we're going to be in better shape loyalty-wise. It might even start climbing, I would hope. Because we have other cities in the area that are helping with loyalty pressure, so... All right, let's now put some distance between me and these barbarians before they chew my galley up. Okay, is my builder finally done? Yes, it is. So, a couple of things that I can do here. First of all, let's definitely get that gold improved next turn. I can build a harbor here, and I guess this would be a good harbor city. So let's go ahead and get that started while the builder gets to work. And that will eventually help that city kind of come to life. It's been a slow start in that city for sure. It seems pretty likely that we're going to have to fight Gorgo for control of this area and really lock it down, so I'll do my best. I don't want to get my units too close to hers. Alright, so now Shadet cannot grow any farther, and it says we're going to have a rebellion in 9 turns. But we have, in 2 turns, an age transition happening. So let's... I wonder why Shadet stopped growing. Maybe just because of the amount of disloyalty? People gaze skyward in concern, watching smoke rise from a once quiet volcano. Alright, so that volcano is now active. We're between 2 volcanoes, by the way, in our brand new city, so that's lovely. Alright, now it's saying it's going to grow again. Rebellion in 10 turns. I wonder if these volcanoes are damaging... If Vesuvius erupts and damages Ephesus's population, that actually will help us take control. The same is potentially possible. What's she building here? Great Library? She's building the Great Library in Eritrea. Holy crap. So yeah, there's a good likelihood that I'm going to be able to steal some wonders from her before too much longer. Okay. Boom. Give me that amenity. So finally we have a little bit more in the way of amenities, which will help with growth in all of our cities. And there it is. The world enters the medieval era. It's 200 AD. Our poets and philosophers hold up your civilization as the light of the world. I told you to wait 5 turns, Amonitor, and I must agree with them.
Everything has its limit. Iron ore cannot be educated into gold.
So we can now build Jebel Barkal, and we can train the swordsmen.
Those who in quarrels interpose must often wipe a bloody nose.
Sorry, Sean. All right. So we can increase yields gained from pillaging and coastal raids. We can increase production towards encampment districts, harbor districts, and buildings for those districts. I'm going to keep policies as they are for now. Shadet is going to have full loyalty in 6 turns. Oh, man. All right, so it looks like, yep, here she goes. She's going to try and put a settler somewhere over here. Let me go ahead and use my last charge for this particular missionary on Ephesus. It looks like, yeah, this is what's happening. A Monitor is moving in with religion, so I'm going to need to train an additional missionary. That's disappointing. So, despite the fact that I completely stopped her offensive effort, Gorgo is in a golden age. We're still in a heroic age, which means we are exerting more loyalty pressure than her. And I'm about to get to pick 3 separate dedication bonuses. So we're going to go for Monumentality, which will give additional movement to all builders. All civilian units, including settlers, will be able to be purchased with faith. And then builders and settlers are 30% cheaper to purchase with both faith and gold. So we have additional 2 movement for all missionaries, apostles, and inquisitors. Additionally, newly trained ones get 2 charges, plus 4 great profit points per turn. And then, yeah, bonus science. Commercial Hub and Harbor District's gold adjacency bonus provides science as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Free inquiry. Eureka's provide an additional 10% of technology costs. Okay. Well, with that, we're at the beginning of turn 81. We're also 36 minutes into the episode. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this one here. In the next one, I'm going to try and get a trader into position in Shadet so that we can grow that city a lot faster. And we are probably going to have to start playing the loyalty game with this settler here, wherever they decide to put their city, in the coming turns. And I'm just hoping that the Heroic Age versus Golden Age loyalty difference will be enough to maybe snag Eritrea. Right now it's not, because the cities are too similar in size, but if we can get this city growing faster, we have full loyalty in 6 turns, so this growth rate is only because of its current loyalty level. As that fills up all the way to green, we're going to be growing Shadet faster, and as this number climbs, we will exert more loyalty pressure. So we'll have to see how it balances out. We do have a settler free here, so it's just a matter of getting the settler over to wherever. I could try and get a settler down there right now, but I feel like she could potentially get there first. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to give an order for this settler to go there, and if it gets there, it gets there, and then I'll found a city there, and then she won't be able to do anything with the area. And I can try my best to just sort of head off her settler with my Marianu Archer. And my Spearman, which I'm totally going to do. Like, I will do everything I can to slow down this unit and stop it from getting to anything closer. But, yeah, lots of shenaniganry coming up in the next one. We have a lot of catching up to do, science and culture-wise. This is the cost of Gorgo kind of pinning me in the beginning, and so I'm going to have to crank out as many cities as I can and get some campus districts building and just try and build up some momentum, because it's a fun start, chaotic start, but right now we're going to need to leverage this Heroic Age for all it is worth. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second one, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at 10 a.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.